Welcome to today's Fast Track episode of The Growth Zone. My name is Christian Bartsch, and these episodes provide you with a focused, mind-feeding topic. You can use it to have some new ideas to guide you through the day. Let's get started on today's topic. How can councils improve road safety for elderly people and school children by introducing smart city technology? So, I've been talking before in the previous edition about how councils can try and revive retail. Especially now in these pandemic times, retailers are suffering, restaurants are suffering, entertainment venues, gyms, all these different kind of places where people usually come in large quantity or large crowds, they all have a problem that now they often can't either open or they are forced to just reduce their potential sales to takeaways and other kind of things. And certain things you just can't facilitate in the way that it is now. So many retailers are falling apart, closing down. District areas are actually suffering and becoming broken down. The crime increases and a new kind of problem evolves for the council. And the same thing looks when you look at road safety. Now, as people are avoiding public transport, it means that we have a high amount of cars. Individual traffic is coming back again just because of the pandemic. The thing is, how do we address that kind of problem? Because it is a threat for elderly people and school children. And even for normal adults, it is a risk. Because if we don't pay attention, we expose ourselves as well to the risk of being run over by a car or being involved in some kind of accident. And even if we are a driver and we have an accident with a second driver, that's a threat, of course, to us as well and to other people around us. So you have to go and try to find an opportunity to create a better kind of safety for your citizens. That means as well finding opportunities where you can cut the costs for your maintenance of your infrastructure. Often cities and councils go and buy equipment, they go and do tenders and try to get, according to certain laws and regulations and so on for tenders and that, the best technology for the lowest price. The thing is, of course, sometimes it is very difficult to differentiate technology, differentiate offers, and so on. And sometimes some of these tenders have stuff in them and have stuff not in them. Which means, for instance, you buy a product, a system, a solution, and later on you notice, oh, I need to buy this and this part and that part as well. Otherwise, I can't really use the product, or it will break down in half a year. Or it becomes so time-consuming that we have to go and upgrade. That's not exactly nice, especially when you're then suddenly stuck with the product and you have to add costs that your council budget never included, because it was just not visible from all the different tenders that were submitted. And now you've got the problem, you're losing money because you've got an infrastructure that's sucking up all your expenses, all your available capital, and it's not even producing the necessary outcome that you want. You want to have a certain safety, and you have to want to have it in all the places where you really need it, and not just going dotted and here a bit and there a bit, but on other places we don't have the necessary safety, necessary security. And yeah, even if you have things like, for instance, in these areas where you need to have surveillance cameras and all these things, a surveillance camera makes no sense if nobody behind it is actually checking what's happening in front of the camera. if nobody is able to react and then go and act upon a crime that's obviously happening in front of the camera. So you need, of course, an interaction between someone who is looking at the camera and somebody who is actually able to go and handle this crime situation. So you need your local police connected as well, of course, with the surveillance, with your council security and safety. On the other hand, you might say, of course, well, we don't have the money, the budget to hire several people to be sitting 24 hours a day checking multiple cameras. You might need even 100, 1,000 cameras in your city to really produce the safety that your citizens really need and deserve. That's quite a lot of money that you need. Not only for the equipment, for the staff, you have to train them. And then, of course, even if you see something on the cameras, you have to be able to rapidly inform your local police so that they are at the right place. And if your budgets, your town council budgets needs to support as well your local police to equip them, for instance, with necessary equipment or the vehicles and other kind of technology, that's something where you have to see how can you become better in what you're providing as a service, whilst as well enabling and empowering your staff, your teams, and even your local community to work together to make the place a safer environment for all different kinds of ages, whether it's the children, whether it's the adults, the parents, the young people, and as well elderly, and even visitors, guests, or travelers. It doesn't matter. It's having the right safety, the right security at the right place, and not wasting budgets on tenders that are going to deliver you just garbage kind of services. And one of the things that you have to be aware of, even if you are using a tender to go and buy a product and you've got lots of multiple offers, how do you want to know that the tender isn't suffering from price rigging? That's something where you have to usually go and look and try to evaluate if there's any kind of fraud involved in that tender. And that's a big problem because, of course, you have to look out for certain indicators, red flags and other things that might indicate that there's something not happening the way it should be. So let's say you've had a tender, you found the right products, and you want to go and start introducing. Well, did you do your homework before? Did you maybe first go and make a map of all the different areas in your city, in your council, where there are risks involved, crime, traffic, massive congestion, or schools nearby, any other things, old pensioner homes, retirement homes, and so on. You have to make a map first for yourself and find where our problems, our area problems, where safety risks, where are things that we have to handle, and then start deciding how can we maybe tackle these things, inform ourselves what are the best ways to do it, because when we go and make this purchasing decision, we have to go and start using newest technology so that we do not buy outdated equipment. You would be astonished how outdated equipment often costs a council 5 times more than brand new products that have been practically designed on a greenfield. And that's quite a thing when you see there's some of these products that councils have to buy and they cost maybe $1,000, £3,000, 8,000 euros, 20,000 euros. It's huge amounts of money, and the councils have a limited budget. They need money for their staff, they need to maintain other things, they have to maybe buy things for the schools, finance, safety, and so on and so on. And at the same time, they have to try to get as well companies to go and set up businesses, so that they create jobs. Maybe they have to help the unemployed, and people who have been in a situation that maybe they have lost their jobs, lost their homes, fires, all these different things that can happen in life. That's where you as a counselor have to see, how can I be strategic in what I'm doing, not wasting my budget, not going crazy on all sorts of crazy consulting services and coaching services that are going to waste your money, and not being fooled by these outdated tender strategies that actually are going to deliver you products that are going to cost you in the long run much more than you expected, because you thought you buy the product and then you use it, and eventually you notice that the product is outdated, it costs you more, it wastes more energy, it's slow, and it's inefficient. Instead of being a fresh, new, smart technology that's faster and innovative. Especially when you look at IoT devices and all these things, there's so many new products that are going to help you as a counselor increase the safety for your citizens, and as well increase and add new services that offer real benefits. And that's how as well you can support the thought as well, why people should actually pay their council taxes and so on. Why do they pay council taxes at all? What do they get for the money? Look at that. Imagine you as a council, you are a retailer. You are selling to your citizens a service. The service is the safety, the environment, keeping the place clean, maintaining the roads, and so on. And when you do that good job, people in your council will recognize that they're getting good value for their money, and they'll be willing to pay your council tax. That's an important thing if you want to actually extend and create a area to live which is attractive, it's payable, livable, and has a good quality and a reasonable cost for all sides involved. Because if your place of living is too expensive, you won't get the people who you need for jobs like nurses, childcare, and so on. Those people usually have low income, but if you have over-expensive areas and there's no place for people with low income to live, you can't get anybody to work in your hospitals, in your schools, in your primaries. You haven't got anybody to work in a small shop because they just can't live there. They can't pay the rent, and traveling far from outside makes no sense, and the roads are congested. There's no point. So find ways to provide a great service to your council and increase the safety and other things. And there are many, many strategies you can do with lower costs, and even then you are able to continue providing great services and having a wonderful environment for children to grow up and love their area and identify as well with what your council is offering for all those people, wherever the backgrounds are from. I hope you enjoyed the Fast Track edition of today. I would like to invite you to follow our show so that you don't miss the upcoming interviews with leaders in the market. Simply visit the website follow.prmediareach.com. I will be adding the link also to the description of this episode so that you just need to click on that link. The link is follow.prmediareach.com. follow.prmediareach.com. You can follow me also on Twitter by using the Twitter handle CAPBartsch. So it's spelled CAPBARTSCH. Or for those who are into sailing and flying, Charlie Alpha Papa Bravo Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra Charlie Hotel. Yes, that's CAP Barge. See you soon, or hear you soon in the next episode. And please share as well this episode if you've enjoyed it and would like to let others have the opportunity to use it as well to get new ideas and insights.